So, finally we're here. I really want to thank you very much for taking the time on a very short notice to meet me in the safe space.
I like it.
That's the idea of the safe space where we can talk about anything. I started with a few friends already, and we came here. We have a picnic, like healthy food, drinking water, and having fun, and very different type of discussion. And so you, Michael, the reason why hold on. The reason why I wanted to meet you is that I think we met maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
We met 2 or 3 years.
In some maybe Wakarikai, in some farewell party or something. I don't know.
I remember. I think it was like maybe some kind of it wasn't a language thing or something like that. It was like one of those
it was in Japan, I think.
Japan,
And so we met, and so we have that common passion for Japan. And we didn't have so much time to talk, and after that we met like maybe a couple of times again, and but it was very fast. And but I felt that you have like very special vibes, and I was like, that guy is interesting, especially if you speak Japanese and you're your African background and everything, and
Jamaican,
but so I was like, and no, actually, it's as well, because I saw some video of you on Facebook where you were doing like inspirational videos, and after that I saw as well like all the beautiful pictures, the photo that you're taking and you posting on Facebook. What grabbed my attention is actually that because you're a photographer and videographer as well, and you're gonna tell me like what you do exactly, because actually I don't really know what is doing. It's kind of the first time ish, but that's the first time that we have like a long conversation and everything. And what grabbed my attention actually is like on Facebook you posting pictures, like the photo that you're taking, but you're not like I'm doing beautiful pictures, hire me or something like that. And the thing is, you talking about your values, the belief that you have and your values, and that's something that I do as well. I believe that it's I prefer to do something with someone because of his values or belief system than like his skills or everything. Even if skills are important, but what grabbed my attention is like you talking about values, and that's something that I feel like I connect with that.
Like basically. Something like a different purpose, a higher purpose, or things people have already gone through, and people should pay attention to it, because I think everybody's going for their 9 to 5, their daily life, and not seeing the things that are really important. So when I do pictures and I have them up on Facebook or Instagram, I always have a line of something that can resonate with people. If I can hit you with one line and you can say, you start thinking, it's powerful enough to change someone. Not like completely, but it makes you start thinking. I want to make people think. Because people are still lost in this. Like it's not healthy. You go to work, you come home, you only have like probably 4 hours to yourself, and then you're asleep and you do the same, rinse and repeat. And
can you tell me more about like what you're doing basically? No, not what you're doing.
What are you doing?
No, not what you're doing, because what I want to know is more about like your values, because there is a lot of people who as well, they kind of they use all the self-development trend to show off, or I don't know. You know, they not really practice what they talk about, or they don't really necessarily believe in that.
I think a lot of people have theoretical experience or like theory. You know, I have a lot of practical experience.
Yeah.
So I've gone through a lot of stuff in my life, right?
Ah.
And I'll go way back. We had to go time travel. You know.
Okay, let's
right?
do time travel.
You try and travel back to the first time I went to Japan. Let's just go that far, right?
Yeah.
So, the first time I went to Japan, I was, you know, I wanted to work as a translator.
Yeah.
Right. And that was my.
Why a translator?
Oh, when I was younger, I had a cousin that got me interested into, you know, Japanese, you know, culture.
Yeah.
Right. And the first thing that would interest me is the anime Bleach, right? That got me into it. Now at that time I was acting like I was some kind of gangster or something. You know? Okay. And then, you know, what enticed me was that the way they were speaking, and like it was different. It was like, I don't know, it was something that like got me invested.
Yeah.
And then that turned into like, I want to actually learn, you know? And then me going for all that, and then me going to language exchanges and Japanese people, and they say, "Oh, you're really good at speaking this language, right?" And then turning into really good, turn into, "Can you translate this for me? can you do this for me?" You know, and then that turned itself into like freelance. But that freelance, before I was doing like, full blown freelance and stuff like that, is I wanted to prove myself that I can be a translator in Japan. You know? And so I went to Japan in hopes to make that a reality, right? But the first job I had over there was, you know, you got to be a teacher, an English teacher.
Yeah.
So I was doing that to this place called Norton's. I think it's called Norton's Place, whatever. And I was doing private, you know, teaching to like older, you know, adults. You know? And I was there for maybe like not that long, actually, like 3-4 months, I think.
Okay.
And then I was like, nah, I can't do this. So I came here to be a translator, right? And the thing that happened, I was living with my friend, who I thought was my friend, right? And we were living in the same apartment, and we started from zero.
Yeah.
You know, we started from no furniture to furniture, you know, like from 0, right? And when he was in trouble, I'd help him out, and when I was in trouble, he'd help me out. We encouraged each other. Yeah. You know? So he was like getting very close to like a brother to me. Okay. You know? So there was one day we had like a fight. Okay. And that fight turned into like me like, oh, I don't want you to live here anymore and all that stuff. Yeah. And it's very interesting because he did that the time I needed to renew my visa. Renew my visa, and I was trying to get into I found a job. Yeah. That was going to put me into translating. Yeah. You know? So I was very excited about that. Yeah. You know? And what happened was I remember the night so clearly because we had an argument, and after I left the night, and I was like, I'm tired of this person. I just want to have a good time, whatever. Yeah. I just want to get rid of the stress, or whatever. So I remember I went to this place called actually no, I met my friend first at a cafe or whatever, and then we went to this place called Hyakuren Sushi. Okay. Hyakuren Sushi is like dollar sushi. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So it's crazy. If you ever have time, go there. You know? But yeah. So we did the Hyakuren Sushi, and I would tell him about like what's going on in my life, whatever. And I said I just wanted to like not think about that, you know. And he said, "Oh, we're gonna have a good time," and that turned into like this nightlife of, you know, just getting rid of stress. And I went to this other bar, and we just like, I think it was like because you can buy alcohol and like drink on the streets, not like in Canada.
Yeah. In Japan, that's pretty wild there, like the alcohol.
So if you were doing that, and we're going to different bars, and you know, like I had a really amazing time. And I came back in the morning at like I think 8 or 9. Okay. And then after that I passed out. And then my roommate, you know, he woke me up, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Michael, wake up, whatever." And I was like, "Why are you?" Because I hate this guy. Yeah. So like, why'd you wake me up? And then he said, "There's an inspector at the door." And it's like, "Why is there an inspector at the door?" So he opens the door. The inspector comes in, and what happens is, is that the inspector's shocked, and I was like, he's like, why are you here?
What?
And I'm just like, because I live here, right? Like, I live here. And he's like, no, it's like you're not in the lease. So when I was registering myself, whatever,
Yeah.
he lied to me about the lease, of me being in the
Oh.
lease. You know, and at that point I was really angry. You know,
He brought the inspector to kick
Yeah.
you out.
yeah, basically, because like when we were arguing, we were too loud, and
Yeah.
someone made a complaint the next
Okay.
door, and that led to the inspector coming and checking out what's going on, right? And
Yeah, and I know in Japan usually it's like,
Mhm.
yeah, when you're not Japanese, you're
Yeah.
guilty.
You're guilty, yo. Doesn't matter, you're guilty.
You're guilty.
You're gaijin, you're guilty. I don't care. You're outsider,
Yeah.
you know? So, he was like, he gave an ultimatum. It's like, it's either that you leave or you both leave, right? Because he broke the lease, right? So, like, if you don't leave within this day or whatever, and you're here the next day or whatever, like, in the evening,
Yeah.
you're gone. You know, like you're both gone, right? Mind you, everything's in Japanese. There's no English going on here, right? So I'm mad, and I'm just like, I remember I called. I think it was like an agency or something like that. I think it was like no, it was I called immigration.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what to do. And then after that, they were telling me how you don't exactly exist because the lease wasn't made. There wasn't even like. When I would pay for rent, whatever, we just do by hand. There was no receipt.
Yeah.
You know, so these are experiences
Yeah.
that, like, you know, that's why I talk real style because I've gone for it.
Yeah.
You know? So I remember I called one of my friends, a friend from Detroit, right? Friend Ray, and he helped me out to get my other stuff to go.
Yeah.
But the funny thing about this story is that when I was out partying with my friend, you know, he was actually a co-worker of mine.
Yeah.
Right? And he said, if anything were to happen to you, man, don't worry, you can stay over my place, man. I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah. And then the next day, I was like, hey, man. Remember that favorite? Remember that? Literally, the next day.
Yeah.
You know, and it took him a while to, like, because I was homeless at the point, right? So it took him a while to, you know, get in touch with me. But when he did, I was very grateful because I got a place to stay. You know, so I lived in his living room. Yeah. Until I could, you know, move out and get my own place, right? And it gets worse, you know. So when I moved out and I finally got a job doing translating, right? Yeah. And I was like, sweet, you know, like I'm finally in. Yeah. You know, and that turned into, man, my hours were weird. So like, the workplace itself was too far. It was like, I think a 2-hour commute. Okay. You know, to the workplace, right? Yeah. And 2-hour commute there and back. Yeah. And so like when I reached back home, it's like.
Where did you live, in which city?
Sumiyoshi. I lived in Tokyo. Okay. Yeah. So that. Okay. So what happened is that there was too much stress I was getting from, first, not enough sleep, and I was drinking out. You know, which I shouldn't be doing, right? And also, there's a culture of like drinking with your coworkers. Yeah. And, you know, and if you don't do it, it's kind of like bad. You know.
When I went in Japan, I wasn't drinking alcohol at all before going in Japan. Oh. Okay. And it's after like I get into the drinking.
Oh, so you fell into it.
Yeah. But it was more for business, but that was a really crazy experience as well. Yeah.
So I was getting a lot of stress and not enough sleep, and then I got sick. Right. So I caught strep throat, and strep throat is like a bacteria in your throat. Oh. That if you have a bad immune system, it will get worse and worse, and you need to have antibiotics, right? So I needed to have antibiotics, but I didn't know what's going on. So I would like, when I would go to work, there's sometimes I would have to throw up in the washroom and act like nothing happened, and it was like crazy. And then I remember the time I diagnosed myself, and I had to go to the hospital because I woke up and my heart was going too fast and my kidneys were hurting. So I actually thought mentally that I'm gonna die in this bed. You know. And I remember passing out from the pain. And, oh really? Yeah. And
wow.
Imagine that, you know, you're alone.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
an apartment thing, right?
Oh.
Well, it's not part of the share thing, but like, it was crazy to me. And I thought to myself that like, okay, I need to go see a hospital, whatever, right? And what I learned is going on the way, I passed out again.
Wow.
On the street, you know, so. And then when I didn't want to pass out again, so I ran to the hospital.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they are not like Canada, so it's like they have hours when they're open.
Yeah.
You know, so in Canada it's like 24 hours. Over there it's like 9 to 5, 9 to 6, or whatever.
I went to the hospital.
Oh, you know about it, yeah. So
I can relate to all your stories right now. You know, I'm like, oh, I wasn't alone to have like crazy stuff.
Yeah, you know. And they're saying, oh, you know, only like if you want to have immediate help, you can call the Kikisha, right? Kikisha is the ambulance, right? And it's like the ambulance itself was like Rokumayan. It's like 600 bucks. So I was like, no, that's crazy, right? So I'm waiting like a fool, so I don't. Hoping I don't die. Yeah. Right? I'm waiting. It's crazy, but like that wasn't my mindset, right? Yeah. I just didn't want to die. Yeah. Right? So that was going on, and I had to come back at like 9 or something like that. Because I came there at 7, and there's like, you gotta come back, whatever. And when I came back there, they finally treated me, and they gave me the antibiotics and stuff. And like from that on, it's like, hey, it just got worse and worse. Because like the thing about strep throat or mono or whatever, because the strep throat turned into mono, is that if you take too many antibiotics and you haven't killed the bacterium,
it becomes stronger.
Yeah, it becomes stronger.
Oh my god.
So my episodes just got worse, and then at a point my parents got worried. Yeah. My sister got worried. Yeah. And then there's like, you can come back to Japan. It's okay. You don't need to. But in my head, that like, if I had enough willpower, you know, everything would work out. That's the way I am. Yeah. Right. Like, if I have enough willpower, I don't have a lot of excuses in me. Yeah. You know. So it's like, oh, I'll figure out a way or something, or like I'll make a mixture. I was thinking, you know, the aloe vera thing. I know aloe vera. Yeah. There's some good properties inside the aloe vera that you could like try to heal yourself. Yeah. Like I know all about that stuff. Okay. Right? So I was very resourceful. Right. Yeah. But then I had to throw in the towel, and it hurt me to throw in the towel because like I've studied a lot, like a long time. Yeah. To get that, you know, that skill. Yeah. You know, it's like 5+ years. Yeah. And I had a supervisor that I admired. Yeah. Because like he knew I'd always finish my work like really, really fast. Yeah. Right. Because everybody was like in their 40s. Yeah. Working at that company, and I was like some 20-year-old kid. Yeah. You know. And I had to, like, he didn't believe me that I was sick. Yeah. Because I would, you know, would hide, you know. And one of my coworkers had to tell him that, like, oh, there's no way he can get antibiotics unless he has a doctor's note, right? Yeah. And I had to show him that stuff, and then they believed me. And then I said, I had to quit this job. And it hurt my heart, man. Like, I didn't want to do that. Yeah. And I remember his face when I left. And it's like it's stuck in my head, like, you know, and that stayed with me for such a long time, because when I went back I thought, oh, my life is over. Yeah. You know, I thought that you know, it's not gonna be the way I thought it would be. Yeah.
But I have a question. Actually, I have a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions. Yeah. First, how? But the one I remember, because you had like a very interesting story, and when you realized that, okay, I'm done here. How did you feel?
Oh boy, I felt like what is next after this? Because I don't know. You know. And it's just like, if it's not this, then what am I going to do? Yeah. Right? Those are the things that are in my head. And like, this is the one skill that I thought that like, I'm really good at this stuff. Yeah. And I love this culture, and I like being here. And I don't see a future for myself living in Canada. I actually wanted to live there forever. You know, like get the humanitarian visa and after getting sponsored from the company, I get a humanitarian visa, and then it would extend for 5 years, and I would figure out,
Yeah.
you know, to get permanent residence, all that stuff. I was thinking all of us,
Oh.
you know. So that was my trajectory, you know, and then it changed because of health.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and the thing is, so your goal was to be translator, and when you go back at the beginning, when you started to have that idea, what was your mindset? Because, for example, me, I wanted to be a superstar in Japan.
oh yeah,
And people thought I was crazy.
yeah.
I had no way. Technically, if you see my background, because I came from a like super ghetto place, so it's
Oh, okay.
most dangerous in France.
Oh wow.
And I have no money. I was broke and everything, but still I could see myself.
You can imagine it. You
Yeah,
can envision
I could see it clearly,
Mm-hmm.
and it happened. I went on primetime TV show and everything. So I would like to know you. What was your mindset at that moment before you went in Japan, before you become a translator? Like, how did you
Process. The way I process it is that like, oh, I'm going to do this. Yeah, I'm going to. Yeah, you know, like it wasn't like I had to set up this. It's like I just molded myself into it, and everything I learned or everything I would study, I know it was going towards this, and people can see how serious I become when it comes to that topic with Japanese culture, or when it comes to like kanji or the writing system. Like I was really invested, you know. And if you weren't talking about something in that field, I wasn't talking to you. You know, that was like my mindset.
Like super geek.
Yeah, super extra geek. You know, like I remember way in the beginning.
Yeah.
I was like, I knew every anime. It was from a progression from anime to dramas, and then it's just like I just went, I guess, full dramas into. Because I was like, I wanted to watch it. Like, it's weird, but I wanted to watch that and see how they speak, how the mannerisms. I was very invested. I like, even now, even like, not even just like Japanese people, just like people in general.
Yeah.
Like, I like seeing how people, like by psychology itself.
Yeah.
You know, like, I just like that understanding and like, oh, this person acted this way because, you know, like, I get very technical.
Oh.
And I think because I have like a trust thing, like, have this thing of understanding of maybe if I knew this person would betray me, or this, you know, like because the guys, you know, messed with me, you know, like I really trust him as like a brother, and I had that trust issue for a long time, you know. And you know, when I came back to Canada, I wasn't the same person, man. I was like, it's like a dark, like, smog was over me or something, you know, like I wasn't the same person. I was like, oh, you know, I don't have any aspirations or anything anymore because this thing's so. And
so for you it was kind of the end of the world or something like that?
Yeah, it was like the end of the world, and I was depressed for a long time. I was depressed for like, I think like 4 years.
Oh, okay.
You know? And I was still going through the antibiotics and stuff, right? And the thing is that I got addicted to doing it. Right? And I turned into a hypochondriac. A hypochondriac is like someone who thinks they have a disease. Some they think. They say, oh, you know what? I need it, and I would have panic attacks, and I would be in the hospital 2-3 times a week. You know, it was nuts. You know. And my parents are getting fed up of me. They were, you know, they said, oh, what's wrong with my son? And, and you know, like I had to just, and the thing that hurt me is that we'd say, oh, because like I had panic attack, and my heart rate go up. I'm like, oh my God, it's happening again, and I freak out. And then have to be rushed to the hospital, and then would they check me and everything and say, oh, everything is fine. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. Something is going on, right? And I always think there's something's going on, right? So, because I had that paranoid complex, right? And it was kind of crazy to me because the time when I finally stopped taking the antibiotics, or you know, is when everything started to get better. I started eating yogurt and stuff. I learned so much about herbs and homeotherapy that I was able to cure myself.
So, sorry, and what was the switch that make you feel better from the...
I think the switch was letting it go. Letting that was a time that happened in my life that I needed to sever because then I won't have a life now. I'll just keep being in my room and not meeting. I didn't meet anybody that I knew back again from Toronto because I felt ashamed. I let down supervisor. I let down because I used to have, still do, a YouTube channel that I had like thousands of people would see me. Do the whole Japanese stuff. I would study and practice or whatever. So a lot of people would say, "Oh yeah, you're finally in Japan," and like I feel like I let them down. I let my family down. I let my supervisor down. It's a lot of burden.
And how is your relationship with your family like?
I would say my relationship with family is pretty good. Sometimes there's a little bit of friction, but I think we're good. We don't have a lot of things that it's like, I want you to do. No, we're very good. We're a good healthy family.
Healthy.
Okay.
And for example, in your family, is there someone else who are interested into Japan?
Oh, my mom went to Japan a long time ago when I was younger. I think when I was like, 6 or 7 years old. Okay. And you know the Tamagotchis? Yeah. Yeah, so I got the Tamagotchis before they came out. I got them like 3-4 months before they came out.
She brought you Tamagotchi.
Yeah, and I was playing that for... And people at school were like, "What are you playing with, right? What is this thing?" And it's like,
I remember Tamagotchi.
And then I got bored of Tamagotchi in like 3-4 months. And then everybody else had Tamagotchis, and I was just like, I don't want to play that because it's dumb. And I was just like playing with action figures, and they're playing with Tamagotchis. So maybe I don't know. Maybe it came from that too. I don't know. This area, this place. That my mother went to, and I don't know where she on.
Okay, that's interesting. And did you have any kind of support during your hard time?
Only support that I had was the expats. So expats as in like people who came from different countries and lived in Japan, whatever. And my brother did come over. My brother Kirk came over before, and it was cool that I could see my family, like at least one person from my family. That was cool. But I think my friend Niall and Ray, they were good friends. Whatever happened to them, got their back. Because I was going through some tough times. My story actually isn't done yet.
Okay.
It gets worse.
It always gets worse.
So, I finally get back on my feet. But I wasn't doing translating anymore. I was working at Tim Hortons. And I was getting out of the depressive state. And I was going to, I'm working with people, I'm getting back in society and, going through motions, right? And even though it was stressful, I have this no excuse thing about me. So that went on, and I remember one day it was like my sister got into a car accident. Okay. It gets worse. So she got into a car accident, right?
Until you do the rebound, it can go very deep.
So she gets in a car accident. The next day, right, I was going to work riding on my bike, right, in the morning. It's like at 6 o'clock in the morning, right? And I was riding, and I was thinking about my sister, and I was, she got into a car accident, like, hope she's all right, or whatever. And I'm riding across the street, and then I get hit by a car.
Oh my god.
And I'm just like, when it happens to you, it's slow-mo. I don't care what anyone says, it is slow motion. It's slow motion when it happens. Because like I guess your adrenaline is like makes it But like when I got hit, because I was on the bike and I got hit, and then I landed and then I broke my the radio head in my arm.
Oh.
Right. And the thing is, the car was still going. If the bike wasn't like between me and the car, I would have gotten run over. You know?
What?
So that turned into like a big case, you know. And I had to go to rehabilitation, all that stuff. I had to quit the job, and I was depressed again because my arm is broken. And thankfully, I could take off the cast after like a week or so.
Yeah.
You know, and then I got into, you know, do rehabilitation and stuff. And then I think at that moment, I was done being sad about shit. And I was done being negative about whatever is gonna happen. The universe is gonna fuck me or whatever.
Why you? Well, like
because like it doesn't like you can change whatever state of mind you have.
Yeah.
You know, just by thinking about it. And a lot of people don't get that. You know, like these things, this too shall pass.
Yeah.
You know, and I think about that every time I'm going through something, you know, it's tragic or it's something it's a hard times, whatever. You know, this too shall pass.
Yeah, it never stay forever.
Yeah, it never stays stagnant. But people think that, oh no, this bad thing happened and it's gonna be forever.
Yeah.
You know, you can't have that kind of mindset, so you're never gonna grow.
Yeah.
You know, so going for all that, I started to like the moments of things, moments of life. And
to be in the present,
you know, like
appreciating things.
When you look at I'm going to photography, and when you look into a picture, you remember everything that happened at that moment. You know, when you take pictures of your friends, you remember every emotion that you had. In that moment, what everybody was doing, what they were going through. You know. You know, and that stays in time forever. You know, you guys age, that picture doesn't age. You know? So I was getting more into that, and then I was just, you know, I remember Matt, where I was talking to Matt, and he's like, you know, get a camera and just go out and just do night photography. Just go out and just shoot. And I was like, okay, let's do it. Right? And that turned into like, oh yeah, I really like doing photography. And then I started upgrading my equipment and, you know, and then it turned into like meeting artists who were like creative and they were into basically the same thing I was into. You know, this is in a different form. You know, and I really wanted people to be able to make their own income, make their own life doing this thing, you know, doing what they're creatively built for. And I'm not working some 9-to-5 stuff. You know, I really want people to be able to do that. You know? So one day, you know, I remember I was, you know, working a job again, and I was going for, it gets worse again, I was going through a breakup, and that breakup led to, like, I was already going to go through my plan, I wanted to make a business. I don't know what kind of business it would be, but I just wanted to do it. Right? And I didn't really get support from this girl, you know, that I was going out with, because she had a lot of doubt, you know, a lot of doubt, and just didn't believe in me. Maybe because her past relationships, whatever, she used that as reference, which is, you know, it's wrong because everybody else is different, you know, and you can't just judge a book by its cover, right? So she had that problem, but I don't have anything against her, you know. She's a great person. You know, everybody has good parts and bad parts. You know, it's just that when we get burned, we get in a breakup or whatever, people like to gloss over the good parts of that person, you know? It's like, oh, this person's a bitch. And all the exes I have, I love them still. I love all of them.
That's cool.
You know?
Me too. That's the same.
You know, like,
because they contribute to make who you are now. That's, you know, all the people.
And maybe me, you know, did the same for them.
You
know, so when someone says, "Oh, I hate my ex," or "No, I'm not into that," I don't contribute to that. You know.
You see, I had a good feeling. Like, because I knew, I was like, that guy, he has special vibes. Yes, we almost never talk. But I was like, that guy has special vibes. and that's why here you are today.
I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah.
You know?
No, because that's really interesting what you say about the girlfriends, because I know a lot of people who, like, as you say, when they break up, like, it's like they call names or all that kind of thing.
I don't agree with that. I don't like that because you shared, like I said, moments with that person, right? And it's not like it wasn't genuine. You love them.
Yeah.
You know, when people say, "Oh, I like that person," no, you're lying. You love that person because you wanted to spend your time with that person, and you're never gonna get that time back.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know, you're spending the best asset you have in your life, and you're saying, "Oh, I never liked that person anyways." You're lying to yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I believe that when you're not authentic, you convey a false message to others, and you suffer because of that, because you attract people who are like the opposite of what you believe, and so, and you feel lonely because of that.
Yes.
Because the people that are around you are not like people that are supposed to be with you, and but because you showing different signs, that it's a vicious circle.
It is a vicious circle. It's a what we call a hate crime. You know, a hate crime as in it's like, this person did this thing bad to me, so I'm gonna do this bad thing to this thing.
Yeah.
And it's like that other person that you involved that had nothing to do with your pain.
Yeah.
You know? And it's gross. It really is not. It's not a good place to be. It's not a good mindset to be in. You know, people. I'm not saying, I don't know if you drink or whatever, but people who drink and smoke whatever, I actually really think that they're running away from something.
Yeah.
You know? When I was drinking,
yeah,
you know, I was drinking a lot in Japan or whatever.
Yeah.
I was running away from
situation.
stresses. I was trying to change my state so I can feel better about myself, you know?
But it doesn't work.
It doesn't work, you know? Any, substances you take, whatever, you're trying to change your state so you can feel better for that present time, but they're long-term, damage.
Yeah, because it doesn't come from outside. I think it's from inside, like all those changes have to happen from inside to be like, to last.
Yeah, because think about it, you can choose to be happy, sad, angry. You know, like there's some psychological things you can do for yourself that when you feel angry, you can laugh. Yeah. You know, and you think about it, being human is that you can't do two things at one time for an emotion. So if you're angry, you have to be angry. Yeah. If you're happy, you have to be happy. You can't have both at the same time.
That's how you basically that's what you say before that this event with your ex-girlfriend lead you to new heights.
Oh yeah.
I find that very interesting because that's also something that I do is like, and I call that emotional management.
Oh.
It's like I embrace all the emotion that I have. So if I'm sad, I'm like, okay, let's be sad, and but not like trying to push the sadness away. But for me, it's some energy. And for example, when I had some breakup, what I do is like I compose music. So I use the energy of the sadness to create something. And doing this, I made like super cool songs. Sometimes like using those energy from those emotion, I was able to create something new. So that's why I believe that probably that's what brought you to the new height in photography. Yeah, it's like having all that sadness and all those emotions that you have during that breakup. You didn't waste that.
Like it did put me in a place where it's like, oh, I feel sad because of this and that. Because like when you wake up with someone, in the morning, and you're like you're together, and I wasn't there anymore, and you feel it because it's like you lost. I don't know, like we we have this tribe mentality kind of thing. It's like someone left the tribe or whatever, and it's like, oh, you feel bad.
But that's a big habit that you have when you are with someone. So that for sure it's a big it became empty. You can feel empty when that happened.
You know, I'm trying to maybe message him at the same time. Just wait, you know. So there's
But we can wrap up whenever you want.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll just say this last things. So all this turned into me making my own business. You know, just a while ago. Well, not just a while ago, but like a few hours.
When you say all this, it's like all your journey, from translator.
Yeah, so like for translator, photography, doing night photography to working with artists and making this thing go next level, you know.
Yeah.
And I really I push 120% in like making it a reality for you, you know. And there's like I don't see anything else to do in my life but this. Yeah. You know.
And before.
It's almost. It almost feels like that. Yeah. It almost feels like that.
It feels like for forever that was the thing you're heading to, and
you know, maybe this will get derailed too. I don't know, but at the time being, my mindset is that I want to make other people's lives better and be able to make income doing the thing that they really love doing. Yeah. And you know, travel and you know, maybe the whole Japanese stuff was just for me to have that skill to be able to live over there and do this instead of actually, you know, do the translating.
Because you didn't lost anything. Yeah. Because you're still healthy now, and you have very good skill in Japanese, I guess, in terms of translation, and you discover new things as well. Yeah. And so I think that's just you adding. It was on your journey. You had like different type of adventure, and like a video game, like you get new items that gonna help you to get to the final stage, and and you're getting closer and closer
to that. You know that big pie in the sky.
Yeah,
you know, like that goal.
It looks exciting.
Yeah. It feels exciting. Yeah. You know. And every time I'm learning new stuff, reading new books, a whole bunch of audiobooks, you know. And
so you're learning a lot in that process.
You know, I don't even want to be the person I was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
You know, that's how fast my improvement is, you know. And I know some people, when they go through a breakup, whatever, and it's, I want to show out to my ex, whatever, I have a better life, whatever, right? Yeah. I don't care. I don't give a fuck, you know? Like, if she having a better life, I'm happy for her. And I'm having I have for me. Yeah, you know,
that's cool.
And that's how it should be.
I think it's better to have it's better to have like positive energy.
Yeah, because negative energy is not productive. Yeah, you know, what does it do? It makes someone feel bad, and then they want to have suicidal thoughts or something, or drink, or it just negative. It just takes away. Yeah. You know? So. Yeah,
that's cool. And when can we find your stuff?
Oh, you can find my stuff at Maiva_photography on Instagram and on YouTube. Just type in Maiva, I guess, MYVA, and that's about it. I think that's. If you want to know all about the whole Japanese stuff, my YouTube channel is a whole bunch of stuff, you know. But yeah, that's where you can reach me on.
Yeah,
and cool. And Facebook group if you're an artist. If you're an artist, next level. Just type in Next Level P Facebook group, and there should be a whole bunch of different artists that can help you in media, in radio, and some people from you know BET. There's some people who work in BET actually are in our group.
Oh, okay.
You know?
And so it's kind of collaborative.
Yeah, it's very collaborative.
What's a company, association, organization?
We just wanted to make the nest for people to have opportunities. Yeah. That's the only reason that Facebook group is made, you know? Okay. And it's like get more updates on like what we're doing, who we're shooting with. Like that's basically what it is.
So it's like it's a group where different artists can like work together and connect.
Yeah, we have this thing called My Monday Mission. Whatever you're going through, whatever difficulties you have, what thing you want to finish within this week or month, just talk about it in the Money Mission, and then someone in the group will talk to you and say, I think I can help you with this. Wow. You know? And then there's the other one is like show up and blow up, is that you talk about something that you're doing, like a project, whatever, and you can do that. If you do that consistently, at like, I guess like at the end of the month or at the end of the few months or whatever, that we'll just go out and shoot with you.
Yeah.
You know, as just like, we're just going to give it to you because we see you're working hard.
But the thing is, how does it work? You have to pay to be a part of the group?
No, it's free. The group is free.
Okay.
You know, you can just join, long as you're in the creative sense, like, you know, like.
And even for you, the support that you're giving to people in the group, it's like just people hang out together and they decide to do something. Like, let's say that, okay, I have a VFX shot that I want to do, and I need
it's like connecting the dots. Honestly.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
So that's why
I have
I'm
to
just
check
like,
that as well. Maybe.
maybe you can join that. Maybe you can join them and get free shoots. You know, like it's there.
Cool.
Like we don't mind.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that's cool. That's cool. Because that's still going to your portfolio. So that's
it still does. Yeah. You know, we can use it for anything. You know. We can use it for editorial use. We can use it for stock footage, or we can just shoot it just for the sake of shooting it. Honestly.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, that's cool.
You know? So there's that, and then we have a program. Is that it's like, if you're really serious, we will give you 6 months of like complete, you know, visibility on like social media.
Yeah.
You know, so like that's Instagram,
that's your business.
Yeah. And we are very strict about like who we let into that program. You know, because if you're not, you know, what we see, if we don't see that, oh, you're capable of doing it, we don't even.
So it's about authenticity as well.
Yeah, it's also authenticity. Like, do you really want it? Because some people,
Yeah.
they say they want it, but not really. You know? I watch people's actions.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah, people can say whatever they want to say.
Yeah.
You know, not a lot of people are gonna show up.
Yeah, because that's what I realized, that like when I was like talking with people and giving them all my energy to pump them up and to help them to see their real potential. At the moment they're like, but when they have to do something, like nothing happens.
You have to qualify people.
Yeah.
You have to qualify people, because when people think that something is for free, they don't value it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So the person who sees it for free and is still working hard or whatever, they get rewarded.
Yeah.
Because I can see it in them that they want more than what this is.
Yeah.
You know? So just leave it at that.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
But thank you very much.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah. Thank you. Seriously.
We doing hugs here.
Yeah. I think we have to see it again, maybe with more people.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Talk about like all that kind of things, because seriously, that's extremely interesting. But I'm sure that there is more. There is more. That's the tip of the iceberg.
That's it.
Yeah. No, because I was also like crazy story in Japan. Like I was like roll over by a car and and like a lot of stuff. But so that's why I think it's cool to meet people that as well went through hardship, but came out
a different person.
And grow like.
Yeah.
Because that's what I hope to everybody like watching the video or not watching the video. Because I don't really know what's gonna happen with that. But I mean, anyway, the idea is really that people share their story and grow through all this. Because story connect people.
Yeah, it does.
And help you to visualize things that you didn't do yourself.
Yeah.
But it can give you an idea, and maybe you can try and you can take what could work with you.
Yeah.
And experience like different things.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, and we see you soon.
See you soon.
Bye. Yeah.
We did it, man.
Yeah, we did it.